What is up, everyone? Today is Tuesday, which means that it's time for another live Q&A. As always, I am your host, Paul J. Lipsky. So please, if you watch any of my videos and you have any questions about anything I talk about in those videos, about dropshipping, make sure to ask them during these live Q&As. I do them every single Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So subscribe, come, ask your questions, and I'll do my best to help you out. Before we get into things, a couple of announcements for everyone. First, normally I do these for about an hour, but this week I'm only going to go for about a half hour because I have some things I have to do later. And also wanted to let you know that we are having a webinar this week where we are going to be talking about Amazon FBA. My friend Steve and I are doing this training together. He's going to explain how he sold about $500,000 worth of products over the past year, flipping stuff from eBay onto Amazon. This is not dropshipping. This is Amazon FBA. It's similar in many ways and very different in other ways. So it's a very exciting thing. Because I tried this last year, I was able to make money with it after just 30 days. So I know this works. So it kind of has my seal of approval. So he's going to be talking about his entire method. You can register for this for free at the first link down below. And the spots for it are limited, and we are getting really close to capacity on it because it is over Zoom. So do make sure that you do register, and I hope to see a lot of you there. All right. I'll remind you guys about that in a couple minutes, but let's actually get into some of these questions now. Okay. So we have Kevin here from Lakeland, Florida. What's up, Kevin? How's the weather down there? Greg says, is relisting a sold item on Facebook Marketplace a pretty streamlined process, or can it be a bit tricky because Facebook won't let you list the same item twice unless you change the title / move the pick around? How does the process work? Well, what you normally want to do, Cred, is just change the quantity back up if it gives you that option. Some people have that option, some people don't when it comes to Facebook Marketplace. So if not, then yeah, you just want to go ahead and relist the same item because it's already sold. If it's already sold, then of course you want to try to sell it again because you know that it does sell on Facebook. Hey, what's up, JMC? Gerardo says, what do you think about dropshipping AutoDS's marketplace winning products? So admittedly, I don't have a ton of experience with this, or I haven't actually done this myself. So what Gerardo's talking about is when you log into AutoDS, which is the software we use for dropshipping, now it actually has a marketplace built into it. These are different suppliers that make their products available to us dropshippers by showing them right there on the homepage. And you're actually able to select them and just quickly add them to your store. Now, I like doing product research manually or semi-manually, I should say, like using something like Zeek Analytics, because that really tells us how popular the items are on eBay. I want that information. I want to know exactly how many times those items are selling, and I kind of want to go through those steps myself. I don't want something that's fully automated like it is with AutoDS, because then anyone can do it. So if you learn how to do product research, and even if you're using some software for it, then you are going to just have an advantage over everyone who's just trying to use something that's just like quickly automated. And some of these ones that we're finding are falling between the cracks. Now, with that said, I haven't actually tried it myself, but I do really like the method that we use of using like Zeek Analytics. I don't know of any wholesale suppliers outside the US. That I'm not familiar with. I've only worked with wholesale suppliers based here in the United States, and for that matter, retail suppliers that ship to customers in the United States as well. What's the issue? Let me know. Usman says, what are my thoughts on Walmart dropshipping right now? So Walmart dropshipping is when you sell your products on Walmart. Walmart is a marketplace themselves. This is the trend that we're seeing is a lot of these online websites that have traditionally sold products themselves have opened themselves up as marketplaces like Walmart, which means that we could go onto Walmart and start selling our items on Walmart ourselves. Now, a few years ago, a lot of dropshippers jumped on this, saw like this as a new marketplace, a new opportunity, a new place where they could sell products. And some of them did really well with it, but it was really short-lived. Within just 6-8 months, maybe a year, Walmart said, hey, we don't like that people are doing this drop shipping. We're going to shut everyone down who's doing it. So they shut down a massive number of accounts, including people that weren't drop shipping. And it's really hard to drop ship on Walmart since then. Can you do it? Yes, I know people who are, but I think that it's just like huge hurdles you have to go over in order to be able to do that. Joshua says, have you seen a drop in Facebook Marketplace views and sales? No, not lately. I haven't seen any big dramatic drops or anything like that lately. What's up, Odima? Good afternoon. It's the afternoon here in Colorado. Borna says, thanks for your weekly lives. My account got suspended because I made some mistakes when I first started doing eBay dropshipping. Can I start a new account with eBay? Yeah, this is tricky because this is why I always advise people or recommend to people that they get some sort of guidance or take a course in the beginning when they're just getting started to avoid some of these mistakes, because you can't really come back from some mistakes. If a lot of the things that can get you suspended are easy to avoid if you know what they are. But if you don't know what they are, you can get your account banned and then you can't get it back. So if it happened to you, it's going to be hard to get it back, and it's going to be pretty much impossible to create a new eBay account as well, because when you sign up for an account, they're going to ask for things like your social security number. And if they see that you already have an account that was banned, well, they're not going to let you create a new account, or they're going to ban your new account as well. So it's better just to start out strong and do it the right way from the beginning. Now, in your situation, only thing you can really do is try to get your account back, get it unsuspended, or have a family member or friend open an account and basically run it for them. But it would have to be under their name. What's up, Cyberplayer? Says, can you change your address of your payment method on Zeek Analytics? I don't know, to be honest. I've never done that. You should contact their support. I'm sure there's a way that you can do that, but I actually haven't looked. I haven't done that. Yes. Gerardo says, do I recommend multiple Walmart buyer accounts? No, I don't. I've only ever had one Walmart account that I've ever used. So what Gerardo is talking about is, okay, you're buying stuff from Walmart that you're going to be drop shipping on eBay, maybe drop shipping on Facebook Marketplace. Should you have multiple Walmart accounts to kind of spread your sales around? And this was a technique that we used to use for things like Amazon, because Amazon a few years ago didn't let us, or stopped letting us use our Amazon Prime accounts for drop shipping. So some people would create like multiple Amazon Prime accounts to do that. Well, I've never seen a reason or a need to have multiple Walmart buyer accounts. I've had one this entire time for 6 years, and I haven't had any issues with that account. Oh, JMC says, is there a way to add the free webinar to Google Calendar so I can see the time in my local time without any confusion? Don't want to miss a chance. That's a smart idea. So let me see what happens. Let me try something here. I'm going to enter in my details. So let me share my screen. Yeah, so for those of you just joining us and don't know, my friend Steve and I are hosting a free training this week where we're going to talk about eBay to Amazon. This is not drop shipping. This is Amazon FBA. He's going to talk about how he's done almost $500,000 in sales in the past year, and how really anyone can do this from home. And I actually tried it last year and saw success with it right away. So once you're on this page, again, this is the first link down below. You can click on Save My Spot, enter in your email, and let's see. So it does say the time in the Eastern time zone. Yeah, so you are going to have to do it yourself. I don't know if there's another way of doing it. So there's a good website you can use called, let me find it real quick, Time Zone Converter. Let's see if I can find the one I like. Yeah, it's time and date. So if you just Google Time Zone Converter, it's the first one that came up for me. And so you can enter in like Eastern time zone, because that's what this is in. This says it's at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then enter in wherever you live. So let's say you live in Alaska. Okay, Anchorage. So what I can do is I'll change this now to 7 p.m. Eastern time. And 7 p.m. Eastern time is 3 p.m. Alaska time. Or you can put in here California. We can put in here Denver, Colorado. We can put in here, let's see, Chicago and New York, even though it's going to be the same thing. Yeah, so 7 p.m. Eastern time in Alaska is 3 p.m. In Los Angeles is 4 p.m. In Denver, it's 5 p.m. In Chicago, it's 6 p.m. And just for good measure, we'll do Hawaii. And in Hawaii, it is 1 p.m. So those are the times that is the time of the webinar. So no matter what time zone you're in, you should see all of them right here, just kind of avoid any sort of confusion. This is the website I always use for things like this, because it's so easy just to kind of visualize it and see it right there. Yeah, so 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Alaska, and 1 p.m. Hawaii. But that's an excellent suggestion. I'll see if maybe we can do that for next time. What's up, Ecom21? How do I become rich? Wow. Well, what does it mean for you? What does it mean for you to be rich? Right? Rich doesn't just mean money. It means fulfilling life. So does that mean time with friends, time with family, doing things you love to do, like traveling? What does it mean for you to be rich? And then once you figure out what you really value and what it is that you want out of life, figure out how much that's going to cost you and then work backwards from there. A lot of times, what most people want out of life doesn't cost as much as they think. Most people think they need millions of dollars in order to be able to travel a lot, for instance. Where if you use things like travel credit card points, which you can easily amass with things like dropshipping, or with this eBay to Amazon method that Steve's going to be teaching us about Thursday. We can rack up so many points with this that you can use for travel, or redeem them for nice hotels, or for upgrades to business or first class. So a lot of those things can help you kind of get your rich life faster than you first imagined. But you first have to figure out what it is that it means for you to be rich. George says, I was thinking about doing Steve's course and learning the eBay to Amazon, but I'm also doing dropshipping. Would that be too much? What do you think? That's up to you, George. For myself, like I know I'm running multiple different dropshipping stores on different marketplaces, and I still had time to start doing eBay to Amazon, and I'm going to start doing it again. The short story of why I started it and why I ended it was this. So I had sold on Amazon in the past, doing dropshipping on Amazon. And I was able to see a lot of success with that. But over the years, it became increasingly difficult to dropship on Amazon, mostly because Amazon doesn't really want you to they really favor FBA sellers. They want you to do FBA. And as a dropshipper, we were doing FBM. So if I wanted to continue selling on Amazon with the least amount of headaches possible, I wanted to do FBA. So I took a break from Amazon for a long time. And then my friend Steve told me about this method, showed me how well he was doing with eBay to Amazon flipping. And I wanted to give it a try because I'm always trying out new things on this channel. I always want to experiment and share with you guys what's working. I've tried a lot of stuff that, quite frankly, hasn't worked. So I haven't shared it with you. Some things that I think I don't even want to tell you guys about because they work so poorly. But this one did work for me, and I was able to be successful with it. And I would have kept doing it and this is a very silly reason to stop, but what happened was I had the whole thing set up in my garage, because even though we have a spare bedroom here, at the time it was full of some storage. So I had everything set up in the garage, and one, it started to get too cold to do it in there, and two, we got a new car. It was a used car, but it was brand new to us, and we started storing it in the garage to keep it safe and with no snow on it, and we get hail here in Colorado. So now I had no room to do it. So that's the reason I stopped, which is a really silly reason. But now that I have more room in the house again, I'm going to start doing it again because I really liked it. And it is something that you can kind of do in waves. So you can order a bunch of products, get them in, ship them out, and then kind of take a break as the sales come through and you kind of get your capital back, and then use that capital to buy even more inventory. And then your capital is just going to raise and raise and raise every time you do it. So you're really just doing it in waves. And then in between those waves of work that you have to do, where you're actually ordering and shipping the items out, you can be doing your drop shipping. So I absolutely think you can, but that's up to you, entirely up to you. I would say come to the training, learn more about it, and then see if it's a good fit for you. The training's free, so you might as well come and just kind of learn some more about it. What's the best way to promote products and get views on Facebook? Without a doubt, it's the same thing on every marketplace. So you want to just have well-optimized listings. So you want to make sure first that you've done product research, that you know these are items that people actually want to buy on Facebook. So you don't want to just list up random items that people aren't interested in, that people haven't been purchasing. Do some research. See if this is stuff that people actually are buying and want to buy first. Second of all, do some research to figure out what keywords people are searching for. And then take those keywords and put them in your titles and maybe even in your descriptions as well. Those are the most important things. That's what's going to get your items found, seen, clicked on, and purchased more than anything else. So do make sure that you're doing that stuff at a minimum. Gerardo says, what do I make out of these strange selling patterns? I have one day when I have a couple sales, the next day no sales, and the following a bunch of sales, like 5 in an hour. I'm beginning to think it all depends on the eBay algorithm. What's your opinion on this? So, Gerardo, there's a lot we don't know, honestly, about the eBay algorithm. But what I will tell you, man, is that this is normal. Just ups and downs are normal. They happen. And what you'll see is as your store grows more and you get more and more sales, things will even out. And that's because you're going to have like a good base in your store of items that do sell on a more regular basis. So let's say you have items that only sell once a month in there. Then you have other items that sell it's a couple times a month, and other items that sell like a couple times a week. Well, you get enough of each of those, and as time goes on, it's all going to build up so that on a daily basis, day to day, you're selling about the same every day. But you need to give it time to kind of grow that base and have enough of each of those items that are selling at different frequencies, so to speak. Because if you think about it, let's say you have items that only sell let's say you have 10 items that each sell like twice a month. And let's say they just happen to sell like around the same time for whatever reason. So then you're going to get like 2 surges a month, and like that's it. 2 peaks of sales a month, but that's it. So you need to get more of those in to really just like build up that routine of selling. Yeah, see, there you go. Atlas Stone started Facebook Marketplace dropshipping 3 weeks ago, has over $1,000 in profit and continuing to scale. Yeah, my pleasure. And way to go. I mean, way to actually take action. A lot of people watch these videos. Even some people take the course and don't take action, but you did it. And you made $1,000 profit because of that. And there's proof right there that this system, this dropshipping absolutely does work. You just got to put in the time. And I know it works because I've seen so many people just take this, run with it, and see success with it. Hey, your tattoo looks nice. Yeah, so I think he's talking about the thing on my neck, I assume. So that I went scuba diving on Sunday, and I wore a dry suit, which for those of you who don't know, like normally when you scuba dive, you're in a wetsuit, meaning like there's water that comes into the suit. It's like made of like neoprene, and the water kind of gets trapped in there, and your body warms it up, and then it kind of just stays there. So you kind of maintain the the temperature. But it was kind of cold where I was diving, so I wore a dry suit, which actually keeps your whole body dry. So there's seals on the wrists and seals on your neck. And the one on my neck was just too tight and was rubbing right against my Adam's apple and just caused like this, right here. It's kind of cut. So it happens every time I use a dry suit. So it is what it is. It was worth it. It was a really, really cool dive. Saw a lot of cool stuff. And have some battle scars because of it. Will you ever do a live in-person event like a workshop? I would love to. I did a bunch of them, or a couple of them before COVID, and they were like a huge success, a couple of them. But I haven't since COVID, to be honest. And it's hard to kind of organize one of those things. I would have to do it, probably travel for it to like a major city. Closest, really the only one in Colorado is Denver, so it would probably be there, or fly to New York to do one. I don't know, but maybe do one. Happy belated Father's Day, Paul, to all your drop shipping children. My Wise business account has been blocked. What is the Wise business account? Wise business account. I think I've heard of a bank called Wise Bank before. But I'm not familiar really with it. I've never used it for drop shipping. So I'm sorry, I can't really help you with that one. Don't know much about it. Unfortunately, I gotta kick this person off who just keeps asking the same comment over and over again. Does Track Taco give you the option to change the zip code like Aqualine enables you to do? Sort of. So they do have like a list of zip codes that the tracking numbers ship from, but you can't have like a specific one. You have to choose from that list. So Aqualine is better in that way. So Amon's says, for a seller who's located outside the United States doing wholesale drop shipping, how can we fulfill orders to U.S. customers? Yeah, I mean, just contact any wholesale supplier. They'll be able to do it. You don't have to live in the United States for them to drop ship for you. Santony Brown says, I just started out as an eBay seller. Would you recommend listing 100 products for drop shipping from Walmart and Amazon? There's no previous sales history. I wouldn't do that. That can oftentimes just raise some red flags with eBay. They kind of get nervous about that. They don't want to see you listing up a ton of items really fast. Chances are what will happen is you'll get an account suspension. You need to contact them to get your account back. It can take a while. It's a pain. And if it happens too much, there's always chances of permanent ban. So just don't do that. I would rather that you just list up items slowly. We've seen much better success for people when they kind of move slowly with listing their items and getting them up for sale. Yeah, so the webinar, so the training, the reason I explain these time zones for the training that's on Thursday is because this is really for people that are based in the United States, because you have to have the items shipped to you first so you can repackage them and then send them to Amazon. Now, there are prep centers that can do that for you, but when you're first starting out, you're not going to have enough product to use one of those prep centers. You're going to want to do it. You're going to have to really do it yourself until you scale up. Once you scale up, you can use those prep centers. So for those of you who aren't familiar with them, if you're not familiar with this system, basically what we're doing is we're buying stuff from eBay. It comes to our houses, and then we repackage them. Basically, we take them out of the packages, put them all into one box that we then ship that one box to Amazon. And then Amazon will sell them for you, basically, using Prime. And that's the FBA program. So the prep centers, what they will do for you is instead of shipping them to yourself, you ship them to the prep center and they will repackage them and send them to Amazon for you. So if you really want to automate this whole process, you really can with the use of a prep center and maybe some virtual assistants, or definitely some virtual assistants to help you actually order the products and restock them and things like that. So there's a lot of potential here for automation and more passive income. But in the beginning, you're going to be doing a lot yourself, and you should, because you have to learn the whole process. You have to learn what products to buy so you can teach that to a virtual assistant. And you have to learn how to prep as well so you can tell the prep center exactly what you want. But for that reason, you really, need to be in the United States as well. I'm not familiar with that. Stock sync. I'm not sure what that is. That says I started eBay dropshipping. I haven't sold anything yet. I'm getting frustrated. What do you propose I should do? Be patient, Nats. I'm not sure how long ago you started this, but it does take time, okay? So try getting rid of all your items and start listing some cheaper items, even cheaper than you are right now. Cheaper items sell quicker. So do some product research like you are, maybe get some feedback. You can ask people in the group for feedback on your items, and look for cheaper ones. And with those cheaper ones, make sure you are optimizing them so they have good titles and good descriptions and all of that. And good main image. And that would be what I would recommend. The cheaper items will sell faster and kind of get the ball rolling for you. How can I tell if there's an eBay account linked to my account? I think what Mohammed's talking about is what I mentioned before, where if you have an eBay account that was banned and you try to create a new one, well, they're going to get linked together and that one's going to get banned as well. So how can you tell if an account's linked? Well, you can't. Only eBay, the representatives are able to see that. They usually won't tell you. Maybe one will slip up and tell you, but there's no way for you to know. I haven't seen a significant decrease in the volume of sales, but this is the summer, and summer is a slow time of the year. So just keep that in mind. I wouldn't worry about it. Back to school is in September, which, late August, September, which doesn't sound sounds like it's far away, but it's really not that far away. And that's when you see a lot of sales start to come in as well. So I wouldn't stress out too much about it. Slowdowns during the summer are normal, and I haven't seen anything like significant this summer, or like a significant decrease this summer, I should say. That I'm not aware of. If you're having that problem, I would definitely contact their support. Segal says, how do you feel about affiliate marketing? I think affiliate marketing is great, but it's hard to do unless you have the right avenue for doing it. So affiliate marketing, for those of you who don't know, is where you sell someone else's product for them. So I might say, hey, if you want to buy this water bottle, click on the link in the description, and that will bring you over to Amazon where you can buy it. But because I'm using my affiliate link, I'll get a small commission if you buy the bottle through that link, or really any product through that link. So it's really great, but you have to have someone to give the link to. That's the problem. So there are ways you can kind of build your own website and kind of get them ranked in Google. So that works. It's really hard to do that. You have to really provide value with that website. But certainly things like starting an Instagram, starting a YouTube channel, starting a TikTok, and putting links in that way, that's definitely viable, definitely works. But it does take a lot of time to build up an audience like that. I do a lot of affiliate marketing, but for me, it's more of a kind of bonus, like a cherry on top, right? A lot of the software that I recommend, like AutoDS and Zeek Analytics and things like that, these are software that I would recommend no matter what. But since I have an affiliate program, I am going to sign up for that affiliate program and give you guys my affiliate links for them and say, hey, if you're going to sign up for the service because I'm the one who recommended it, then I would appreciate if you would use my link just to kind of give me a little bit of a kickback. This webinar I'm doing with Steve this Thursday, if you end up signing up for his program, I'm going to get a small commission for that. But again, this is something that I actually tried. I tried it last year and did make money from it. So I know this works. I love this program and I'm happy to recommend it regardless of whether I get a commission for doing so, because I do personally believe in it. So you do kind of have to lead with that attitude in order to get people to trust you to actually purchase through your links. Yeah, you're not allowed to do that. You can't sell the same product under two different listings in your eBay account, and you can't do it between two different eBay accounts. Yeah, you can have a friend open an account. Mike says, are you able to take a vacation where you totally disconnect from business for a week? Don't think I could, or if it's a good idea. Yeah, I'm guess, I want to be 100% honest with you. I've had my businesses going for 6 years, and there hasn't been a single day where I haven't checked something. There are days when I've done very, very little and maybe just quickly logged in to check, but there's never been a single day where I haven't checked on something. Logging into eBay accounts to just see if there's anything amiss, if any questions haven't been answered or any problems. Same thing with Amazon, same thing with Facebook. And of course, the other problem is that I wouldn't call it a problem, but what's unique for me is that, I'm helping out a lot of you guys as well. And I have a lot of students as well. I'm always checking my emails. I have, messengers on my phone for some coaching students. So these things are always kind of grabbing my attention. So there are periods of time, like hours in a day, where I'll take a break. And certainly days where I'll do less work to kind of give myself a break. But honestly, most days I, do check my emails. And that's usually the thing I will always check is the emails, because the emails will tell you a lot. You might get an email from a message from a customer, an email from one of you guys, different things like that. So yeah, I wouldn't say that I've ever taken a real day off in 6 years. But certainly, I agree with you 100%, Mike. It's given me so many freedoms. And, even though it's kind of like a business, because it just, baby is so dependent on you. You have to be there all the time to feed it, to change it, to entertain it, all this stuff. And then, just as you're going to sleep, it starts crying and demanding your attention, right? That's what it feels like sometimes to have a business. But the thing is, having a business gives you so much freedom, right? I don't work a 9-to-5 job. I don't answer to a boss, and I have complete freedom over my time. So even though I might work more hours now, or I wouldn't say I'm doing that now for sure. I've definitely cut back a lot and been able to automate a lot. But there have been times when I've worked many more hours on my businesses than I ever worked at a 9-to-5 job. But I was doing it while I was traveling full time for 2 years. And that's a freedom you can't get with a 9-to-5 job. And I would not trade the past 6 years for anything, nothing, because it was just amazing just being able to have that autonomy and self-control. For a beginner, selling on a marketplace is going to be a lot easier. So Shopify, you have to build your own website, kind of do everything yourself, pay for marketing, pay for ads. With a marketplace like Facebook and eBay and Amazon, the customers are already there. So you just go there, list up your products, and the customers are already searching for stuff. They can find your stuff and buy from you. I haven't found eBay to do this. So Gerardo's question is, does eBay lower your ranking if you delete a lot of items that go unsold? I haven't had any issues with this. And in fact, I see that will actually increase your sell-through rate, which is something that we do think helps us as eBay sellers. So I think it's actually better to do that. All right. Still got a few minutes. I'm waiting for someone to message me about something I have to do with them later. And they haven't messaged me yet, so I think we're okay. So I'm going to go for a few more minutes here. Yeah, great question, Gerardo. Kind of ties into what we were talking about before with Walmart dropshipping. So Gerardo says, do you recommend only dropshipping Walmart items that are fulfilled by them, or are marketplace sellers that ship out their items with 3-day guarantee shipping okay as well? In the beginning, I would just do items that are sold by Walmart themselves. Because again, you don't really know who that third-party seller is. There are problems that come up with those third-party sellers. And some of them are drop shipping, in fact. So we stick to just Walmart items for beginners. Now, as time goes on, if you feel a little more comfortable, sure, experiment, right? You can do those sellers that have 3-day guarantee shipping, or even some of the other ones if you want to risk it. But I wouldn't risk it in the beginning. There's too many other things for you to kind of learn as a beginner, and you don't want that to be one of your first headaches that you experience. Atlas Stone says, are there any drop shipping suppliers in the US that are easy to order individual items from, not bulk, and ship fast enough to add the tracking number in Facebook Marketplace? Yeah, but to do that, the best way to do it is with retail suppliers. That's why, even though I do wholesale on eBay, I don't do it on Facebook because it works so well, retail drop shipping on Facebook, and we get those tracking numbers so quickly. So we use Amazon, we use Walmart, for instance. It's really great suppliers who ship out really quickly. And I haven't really done wholesale with Facebook Marketplace. Scully Mulder, what is up? If an item in my store used to sell but isn't selling anymore, should I keep it or delete it? Thanks. Generally, you should delete it. If it's already sold once, I usually wait 30 to 60 days before I delete it to see if it sells again. If you want to try changing up the title to kind of reinvigorate the sales, you can try that, or try lowering the price or something. But usually if it hasn't sold for 30 or 60 days, yeah, we'll delete it. What? Were eBay dropshipping $5,000 a week from Home Depot every 60 days or so? They accept returns. We create a new Home Depot account and continue. What? I don't understand your question, to be honest. After Q4, what month generates the most sales from your experience? There's only three other quarters. I guess it's kind of the first quarter. Trying to think. So January, February, March is first quarter. April, May, June. No, June, July, August, September. Yeah, I guess it's Q3 then, actually. Would be probably the second highest. I have a website where I teach people how to drop ship. That's dropshippingtitans.com, but I don't have my own drop shipping website like a Shopify store. Gerardo says, can you elaborate on racking up travel rewards with dropshipping? That sounds very appealing to me. Yeah, so there's, you kind of want to go do a lot of research on this yourself. And definitely if you're going to start using credit cards, make sure you do it responsibly. And you always want to pay off your credit cards in full every month. So you're not carrying a balance. Because when you carry a balance, the interest rates get so high, you're going to lose money. But the way this works is, a lot of credit card companies will give you points when you spend money, and you can use those points to redeem them for travel, for free flights. So there's two ways to kind of get points. One, a lot of credit cards give you a sign-up bonus, and then two, a lot of credit cards will give you ongoing points for making ongoing spending. So you want to take advantage of both of those. I'm certainly not an expert on this, but there are websites. If you look up travel reward credit cards or best travel reward credit cards, I think there's a whole subreddit dedicated to it. And really learn which cards to get when. And it's a process of signing up for different ones, but to really maximize it, and then transferring those points to different airlines to really maximize their value. But kind of in a nutshell, what you're going to do is just instead of buying the items with a debit card, you're going to buy them with your credit card. And as you do that, you accumulate points. You're then going to transfer those points to like an airline so that you can redeem them for their greatest value, and then you travel for free. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Yeah, you can certainly do that. No, actually, in the beginning, if you're just starting out, I would do retail drop shipping. It's going to be a lot simpler. You're going to be able to get moving a lot quicker, and then you can do wholesale after that. That's the way most people do it, just because it's a lot faster to get set up. All right, I see. You had a typo. Okay. So Home Depot stopped accepting returns. Yeah, so this is something that they sometimes do. If that's happening to you, I mean, if you push them, we have gotten them to continue to accept returns, but it kind of gets to be a fight after a while. But otherwise, you know, in your situation, if it says every 60 days or so, then I would start a new account every 30 days. That way, if a return happens under an old account, you'll still be able to do it for a while. And then you'll just continually make new accounts every 30 days. It's kind of a pain, but it's really easy to create new accounts on Home Depot. Well, I don't think it matters. I mean, you could do either marketplace. Both of them are good. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, like why you would want to do eBay over Facebook, or Facebook over eBay, I should say. But yeah, I think you can do either one. I'm not sure why not. Am I accumulating Bitcoin and Ethereum with your profit? Not right now. Bought a bunch last year, and still holding on to them. I haven't sold anything. So maybe I should be buying some soon though, because it's been kind of down. Remember, hit the thumbs up button. All right, so that's it for this week. I got to get going. I got to run, but appreciate everyone and all the great questions. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And I do want to remind everyone who's still here to sign up for the free training that Steve and I are doing this Thursday about how to flip items, weird items, in fact, from eBay to Amazon FBA. Like some of the stuff he's going to tell you about, some of the items are strange. It's not stuff that you think people would be buying in 2023, but they are. He's going to reveal a lot of those products to you. So yeah, and he said he's able to automate this. He's only working about 5 to 10 hours per week. Did about $500,000 in sales in the past 12 months. So really powerful, amazing stuff. I hope to see a lot of you there. The link to sign up is the first one in the description down below. And I'll see you on Thursday. Bye for now.